Stay tuned and let's check out this Marvel Legends Marvel's Knights Mindless one. Build-A-Figure Wave, Lady Bullseye. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember now you can hit that join button and become a channel member as well. If I show some love or join the members club, much appreciated. Today we continue looking at the Marvel Legends Marvel Knights Mindless one. Build-A-Figure Wave. As in front of me today, we have Lady Bullseye for the very first time in the Marvel Legends line, and it is always nice to continue expanding that universe in plastic on our shelf. And the box does come packed with accessories as well. Now granted, it is the biggest piece for the Mindless one. She at least has some interchangeable hands and a choice of weaponry as well, and does look really nice on the Shriek pinless body. So looking forward to this one. We get Lady Bullseye there, Marvel Knights, another Daredevil logo up top, as she is of course a Daredevil villain. Comic image on either side, that same image on the back of the box. We get a write-up that reads, Lady Bullseye is a contract killer with a secret identity, martial arts prowess, and a vendetta against the ninja order, the Hand. I believe she wants to take him down from the inside, so let's get her open. So here we have Lady Bullseye out of the packaging with all of her accessories on the table, and it is nice to see the plastic packaging back with the window and all those accessories on show. So of course, she comes with the biggest Build-A-Figure piece for the Mindless one that I think attaches to the back here. So you know what to do, subscribe to the channel and come back as we are so close to building and reviewing the Mindless one. Let me put that over there out of sight and focus today on Lady Bullseye. And no, this isn't the girlfriend or the daughter of Bullseye. It is a Japanese girl who was inspired by the assassin that is Bullseye, and it leads her to becoming an expert in martial arts and all of this weaponry here. So let me apologize as well, because it is the white background and she is mainly black and white, she may be a little bit difficult to see in some areas, but I will do my best as we take a look at this, because usually with black and white designs, if there's any blemishes or any sort of QC issues, they are very noticeable. But say straight out of the box, apart from the big holes that are very unnecessarily on her back for no reason, she does look pretty good. Again, she is completely pinless on that Shriek body, so we sort of know what to expect here. But in case you didn't know anything about Lady Bullseye, let me break it down a little bit. As a young girl, Maki Matsumoto was imprisoned by the Japanese mafia, the Yakuza. One night she witnessed Bullseye assassinate many of their members, freeing her and inspiring her to become assassin herself. Debuting in Daredevil Volume 2, issue 111 in 2008, due to her ambitions of taking over the Hand, she inevitably encounters Daredevil. So I hope that helped. Again, I'm not an expert. I really should have said, who is she, for the old school viewers of the channel, but I always forget these days. But the figure itself is looking really nice as we zoom in here on the head sculpt. Gives me a Joker vibe with the white makeup and then the sort of sinister red lips on the grin. She's got the black makeup, which is again very crisp and clean, with the bullseye on the forehead as a tribute to her inspiration, which is of course Bullseye. But as I said, very clean here with the makeup. The black eyeliner around the eyes makes them very visible as well. She has the slick back hair that is tied up in a bun with like the chopsticks as well, which is very unique for the character. I'm sure she uses these as weapons in the actual comics as well, but you can actually see them poking out of the bun on either side. They're done in a slight maroon, but other than that, the hair has got no sort of paint wash. It's just slick back, which as it should be as well. So very nicely done. As it is on the Shriek body, you do get a great range on the disc and hinge, burying the chin. She can also look up really far as well. No real tilt as such, but you do get the swivel there as well. So now remember, these are a sort of a smaller piece of plastic, so if you get them caught, these sort of little chopstick pieces, I feel like they would snap very easily. Okay, so they are very flexible, but if you accidentally I don't want to break that accidentally on review, but you know what I'm saying. Just be careful with the chopsticks in her hair. But other than that, the makeup is very crisp and clean. Even the bullseye on her head is very sharp and stands out nicely. And if we stay zoomed in here, just to check out the rest of her outfit, now it is obviously very nicely done with the bullseye here on her shoulder as well. And then you get the rings sort of going around. Then you get the black on this side and then the bullseye on this leg as well. So they alternate it from the shoulder to the thigh here. And again, just very clean lines all the way around. The only thing that confuses me is the holes on the back. But again, that's what happens when you reuse bodies, unfortunately. But there's another Bullseye. And then she's got the black sort of boots. There's no boot cut, remember, even though it looks like there should be a boot cut. But she does have the pinless knees and the pinless elbows with a really good range on them. So the shoulders go all the way up past 90. You get the bicep swivel, and then you get a great deep double joint, which is pinless. Again, one of the better female bodies we have. The only one that beats it really is the new Black Widow body, because that gives you a better range on the chest, unlike this one. You get no crunch, you just get a little bit of wiggle on the diaphragm, and like hardly any crunch forward and back, which is frustrating. I do think a character like Lady Bullseye, being a martial arts expert, was definitely worthy of a much deeper crunch and a much better range. So that Black Widow body for a character like Lady Bullseye would have been perfect. However, she's not exactly an A-list character, so not justifying Hasbro's decisions by any means. I'm just trying to second guess them, but I guess that's probably why we get this on this body instead. And then we get the pinless knees, that obviously double joint all the way up. Can she kick her own back? Yes, of course she can. She gets the thigh cut up top as well. Again, no boot cut, but you get the ankle pivot and rocker. Let go quite far forward as well. That's pretty good for some kicking poses, etc. Out okay as well. Back not so much, but that's just normal human anatomy, so that's all good. So all in all, nice looking figure, very clean with the paint details, very accurate to the comic design as well, and that's always important for me. Like sometimes, again, just speaking for myself, I don't mind sacrificing a little bit of articulation for a more accurate character representation, but a character like Lady Bullseye definitely deserves a better range on the mid-torso area here. So you let me know what you think, but let's check out her weaponry. Out of the box, she has the gripping hands to hold the size. Just like Elektra, she has that sort of awkward grip around the hilt, and you can also see the maroon handle, just like the chopsticks, and it also complements her lipstick as well. Maybe she did that on purpose. So yeah, you get two gripping hands and then two pairs of size that you can get opposed up as well, which are nice. And then something very unique for Lady Bullseye, we have these open, flared out, spiky fans. So obviously these are inspired by Japanese geishas, and this is going to make her stand out amongst the rest of your evil villains on the shelf for this unique weaponry. And very nicely done in Legends form as well, nicely sculpted with the fans and the blades all open. She doesn't come with separate gripping hands though. You have to use the same hands you use to hold the size, so you do have to sort of just squeeze it in between the fingers like I have there, but she will still grip them, and because of the double jointed elbow, you'll absolutely be able to get her into some cool fighting poses with these fans. So they are the same both sides, but yeah, a nice unique accessory here for Lady Bullseye, these flared out open spiky fans. She also has a katana sword, of course she does, and she can grip it with both hands due to the double jointed elbows. Again, this character would really benefit from a butterfly joint with all these weaponry, but she can still hold it, and it is a long blade as well, which I'm sure we've seen many times in the Legends line before, but you'll be able to get opposed up with this, undoubtedly. Nowhere to store her weaponry, of course, so it's just the same gripping hands for all of the weapons, but it does give you a few posing options for display and pictures. And being an expert in hand-to-hand combat, she doesn't just need weaponry, she can also beat you up with just her bare hands. So of course she comes with a set of fisted hands in the packaging as well. So a very nice, accurate representation of this brand new character with lots of accessories to give you options for display and play. So I think people are going to be happy with this one. Bringing in the tape measure, you can see Lady Bullseye stands at over 6 inches tall, probably 6¼ inches to the top of her hairburn. And if I bring in the Shriek body, you can see it is the exact same body, it's just the unique hair makes her a little bit taller. And don't get me wrong, it's a solid pinless Marvel Legend female body. I'm not mad at this one at all. Aesthetically, it's very pleasing and does work for some characters, but for characters like Lady Bullseye, with all that martial arts expert, as it being a character trait, I do think she's worthy of more articulation. So here we have the brand new Marvel Legend Black Widow, and just look at the range on this one again. Remember, look, that is the crunch we're getting, and that's just casually just me doing it on the table. So you compare that to like nothing. She can't do nothing. So I do think a character like Lady Bullseye should probably benefit from the more articulation, but again, if Hasbro can only use this body on certain characters, I can understand why Lady Bullseye wasn't on the top of their list. But again, I'm not in those boardrooms, I'm not justifying decisions being made, I'm just thinking out loud amongst friends. What do you think? Continuing with comparisons, here we have Lady Bullseye with her inspiration. It is, of course, Bullseye. Now remember, this is not Bullseye's daughter, it is not his girlfriend, it is a Japanese girl who was inspired by Bullseye when he was on an unrelated mission killing the Yakuza. But you can see the character inspiration for sure with the bullseye on her forehead, and then her black and white compared to the sort of blue and white of Bullseye. But they do look good together. Have they teamed up in the comics? Someone will have to let me know in the comments below. But this is how they look together. Now Bullseye, we've had him twice. Once he came in the Netflix Man-Thing Build-A-Figure wave, I believe, and then we got him again in the free pack with Elektra and Daredevil. This one's just a little bit darker, and I'm obviously using the alternative Screaming head as well, but I do prefer this look. I don't really like that sort of blue in the middle of the torso. Even though it's comic accurate, I just don't like it. I prefer this look. So let me move him out of the way, and these are my desired looks for Bullseye and Lady Bullseye for my comic display. Here we have Elektra and Daredevil in their more classic red designs, and we absolutely need an updated Elektra in this look. This is probably the best Daredevil though we've got in Marvel Legends form on the Renew Your Vow Spider-Man body. Came in that same free pack as the alternative Bullseye I've just shown off, and these look really good together as well. And her alternative sort of alter ego is also a lawyer, so she does sort of attack Matt Murdock on the streets as Daredevil and also in the courtroom, which is an interesting dynamic. Here we have Elektra and Daredevil again, but this time the king and queen of the fist in their sort of updated looks. Again, these three look really nice together. Here we have it compared to, I believe, the retro Kingpin, because in the comics, spoiler alert, but she kills some of Kingpin's family and says courtesy of Matt Murdock Daredevil. So yeah, she likes to stir the pot within the streets of Hell's Kitchen, that's for sure. Lady Bullseye could absolutely control your hand on the display, as she does try and corrupt the hand and sort of infiltrate and take them down from the inside. So she has led them in the comics. So here we have Lady Bullseye compared to a couple of hand ninjas. So again, if you needed someone to sort of stand in front of your hand army builders on the display, you could absolutely use Lady Bullseye here. She looks really good with them. Here we have Luke Cage and Blade from this very same Mindless Ones Build-A-Figure wave. Go and check out my full reviews on the channel right now. Here we have Doctor Strange and Clea, who again is in the same wave. And here we have a couple of my favourites with the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man and then the Punisher. And I know these sort of demon goons are technically Gamerverse inspired figures, but the masks do complement Lady Bullseye's outfit. And at your display, you can create your own rules. So these could absolutely just be some goons and thugs for Lady Bullseye to boss around on your display. And then let's wrap up with some of the Who crew. So we have Frogman, Tigra and Jocasta, who's reading out comments from the last Marvel Legends review. Make sure you leave a comment on this video and she may pick yours to read out on the next one. Who have you picked today?
All About the Villains says, Skullhead makes this be able to fit into any line, any display.
And then of course, last but never least, here we have Captain Britain and Hal, Fire, Hank. Freaking me out. Hank is definitely in the Halloween spirit. So final thoughts on this Marvel Legend, Marvel Knights Mindless One Build-A-Figure wave, Lady Bullseye. And you know me, it's always about world building, forever expanding our Marvel Legends collection. And I have never gotten a Lady Bullseye before. And I think this is a great representation of the character on a completely pinless Marvel Legend body with a nice array of accessories as well to get her posed up nice on the shelf. Now, would I think she would deserves more articulation? Yes, of course I do. Would I have took an interchangeable head? Yes, of course I would have. But I still like what we have here. I feel good about the offering and I'm happy to add it to the collection. I would say she's a more modern Marvel character as well, but she's been around 15 years already, so I wouldn't really say modern, but it is always nice to add new characters to the shelf. So I'm curious, what do you think? Is Lady Bullseye a character you were waiting to add to your collection? Let me know in the comments below. But as always, if you like Marvel Legends, then wow, You're in the right place. Check out the videos tab, find the playlists, but most importantly, please, please, please hit that subscribe button, hit all of the notification bell, don't miss out on a video, and please hit that join button, become a channel member, either show some love or join the members club. Much, much appreciated. You can go and check out those other tiers, get involved in the live stream. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. I'm on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews, and I will, of course, see you on the next one.